All right, y'all. We out here.
We out here riding around. Say,
It's, it's the O.P.O.V podcast. Um, I'm J.
we out
Jones.
here.
I got my co-host Kenya and Tall. What's good?
Nah, and
Oh,
everybody getting
nothing.
ready for next week, I guess. But me, I'm gonna be here chilling. So
Holding the fort down.
holding the fort down.
What's up? What's next week?
Uh,
Vacations.
Vacations. I'm so excited.
but before that, I do want to say Happy Father's Day. Hold it down, fathers.
Happy
Yeah.
Father's Day to all the fathers.
I will say that that's Sunday. So
Yes,
get on y'all's P's and Q's.
absolutely. Happy Father's Day, everybody, or to all the fathers out there. So what's good? What you want to get into?
There's a verses
Get into
tomorrow,
the
right?
get into.
What's the verses?
Is it Eve and Trina?
Even Trina. Yeah.
Boo.
I mean, that's. I'm not interested.
Boo.
I'm not gonna lie. I will not be watching that.
I can't boo Trina and I won't boo Eve, but I don't want to see the verses. I will say that much.
That's all I'm that's what I'm booing. I'm not booing them per se. I'm just booing the actual verses. It'll be nice to see Eve because that's my girl, but
Yeah.
But what
I
did that say
don't think
about
that
me? What does that say about me myself? I've seen Logan Paul verse Floyd Mayweather, but I don't want to see Trina verse E.
what does that say about you?
Yeah, my priorities
Um
are messed up.
if you
I
say
just don't.
so.
To me, I don't. To me, I don't understand. Like Trina does not have enough songs to go against Eve, in my opinion.
In my opinion either.
So this right here is just like, what are we doing this for?
We will see, ladies. We will see.
Because I mean, I know
We'll see the
Trina.
aftermath because I'm not specifically tuning in for that. I'm just not.
Me either.
Sorry.
I
Me
won't do that.
neither.
But I guess it's something to watch if you don't got nothing to watch. But I'd rather watch the
Hmm?
playoffs. If you ask me.
Text her and tell her you on your way. You want to come say hi to the O.P.O.V podcast? We're live. Got an intruder. You got to get down so
Come
they
on,
can
yeah.
see you.
Hey, look at that hair.
What's
That
up?
thing getting long, boy. And
What's up?
congratulations on everything.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
Definitely.
doing
We're
big
all
things out
smiles
here.
with that.
Keep up the good work, sir.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
All
I
right.
need that.
Have a good evening.
All right.
But Trina, she got her own
Yeah, you got some
following. You know what I
flashlights.
mean?
I know she do. She has a big following. There was probably there's probably maybe one or two songs that I probably could get with of hers. Other than that, I'm not. I was definitely rocking out with Eve at one point though.
Man, that's my girl. She got some hits, but
Even
I don't
Trina, they
necessarily know
close
that I
to.
want to watch that.
I don't
Yeah.
Maybe
know.
we should just tune. I might just turn it on for the ratings so they could get some ratings. I
See,
don't know.
the
I don't.
problem
Nah, I don't
is,
know.
verses spoiled us. That's all that is. Versus spoiled us, and now they starting to come down a little. Like this, keep dropping, keep dropping. If this was like one of the first matchups, we could have probably rolled with it. But now,
Did y'all watch the rematch between Swizz and Timbaland?
yes.
That was good. That
I
was
Listen,
didn't watch
really
it.
good. It was
Timberland was killed, but then I watched the Drink Champs and I understood because the Drink Champs was
But I
killed
wish that
before.
all of the artists had that same energy. It was really entertaining to watch.
It
It was good.
was.
It was
Okay,
really
I'll check it out tomorrow.
I really
yeah.
like Swiss Beats, man. Like the way he brings that energy out of Timberland is nice.
Yeah. I like the
And
relationship.
they're both awesome producers. Like you got to give them their stripes. They're both awesome producers.
They are.
They said they trying to get Dre to do it.
Leave Dre alone.
Who could they mentioned Dre and Diddy?
They said they had Dre before, but I guess there was too many stipulations in his little contract, so they passed. But now they said whatever stipulations he got, they'll agree to it.
I think Dre and Diddy would be a good matchup. I think it really would.
Yeah, that's going now that I will tune into, and that's really really hard. Even though Diddy is a shitty person to work with and work for, because he did his artists absolutely the sickest. They got music. Bad Boys got music.
But a lot of it.
But both of them, I will say this, like I said before, you cannot have them two picking their music.
Yeah.
He'll be playing some Last Train to Paris shit that we never heard. Dr. Dre will be playing some Dub C shit that we don't like.
Some unreleased shit they then pulled out the archives or whatever. I'm into something like that. I don't know. I just think that Eve in Trina is just not it for me. But I would be totally into something like that.
Even Trina is like a filler versus until they get to the real one. Like,
who's next? Lil Kim and Foxy?
No, Soulja Boy and Bow Wow's after that.
Oh my God, no.
Both of them two are
misses.
I would watch Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
For the entertainment.
Yes. I feel like that they would have good antics during the verses, and I feel like it would be very entertaining to watch.
I think Trina's entertaining.
And I want to say with Soulja Boy proclaiming he's the first this, first that. Y'all seen his old videos? He's the first that did this, the first that did that, first that did that. I feel like he's the first who took rapping or the rapping part and took it downhill because he wasn't really saying nothing in his raps, and the fuck he blew up off of that shit.
Was for the kids. That was for the kids, man.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with us too. If you remember back in the day when Dr. Dre and them came and stuff, that our parents were saying the same thing about our music. That's for the kids. They wasn't trying to hear "fuck the police." They was listening to the OJs and that type of music in the 70s. They wasn't ready for that shit.
I would compare Crank That Soulja Boy song that got real famous, that went viral. I would compare that to something like Crisscross Jump or something.
Yeah, because After Police actually had a message in it.
It did.
So it's a little different.
Like if my mom and them came in the living room and seen us watching Crisscross with their pants on backwards and jumping around, they'd be like, "Boy, turn this nonsense off."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I can remember my kids doing the Soulja Boy. Like, I remember that was their shit. Like, it was.
Shit.
It was their shit. And I know because Bow Wow, he been in the game for a long time. Like, Soulja Boy might have been the first to do things, but Bow Wow been around for a long time. They called him Mr. 106 in Park. Because
Bow Wow's the type of person that those loud verses and say he wrote something that he ain't right. So that's the way.
I mean, that could be possible or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't know about these verses.
I feel like between Soulja Boy and Bow Wow, I mean, if I can give early predictions, would be my clear winner here. But I could be wrong because I was wrong between Escape and SWV. Like, going in, I just knew SWV was gonna kill it, and Escape definitely proved me wrong.
I got Soulja Boy winning.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we shall see. So, are we all gonna tune into Bow Wow? And
I might not watch it, but I'm definitely gonna be there to see the after effects. I want to see all the YouTube clips. No, I ain't watching that. I ain't listening to neither of their music.
Bow Wow had a couple jams that
Bow Wow got a couple jams.
He was too young. Like, his music, like I was in the older music by the time Bow Wow came out.
I know that jam, Shorty Like Man. That's my jam.
I like stuff like that. Now
By
I
Bow
do
Wow.
like "Turn My Swag On" by Soldier Boy. I will say that song.
Okay, that might be a little bump. I
"Kiss Me
might be
Through the
like,
Phone." I like that
hey.
too.
Mhm.
I like
Yeah.
that "Kiss Me Through the Phone." That's hard.
So them two, "Kiss Me Through the Phone" or "Shorty Like Mine." I'm going with "Shorty Like Mine."
I hate those songs. Those little JD bops with like those little jagged edge JD bops. I never liked those.
Uh,
Never.
What you taking between the two songs, "Shorty Like Mine" or "Kiss Me Through the Phone"? Kenya.
I'm taking "Kiss Me Through the Phone."
I'm taking Shorty Like Mine because that's my jam. I don't even know how
I'm
Kiss
taking
Me Through
"Shorty
the
Like
Phone
Mine"
go.
too.
How do it go?
What,
"Kiss
"Kiss
Me
Me
Through
Through
the
the
Phone."
Phone"? Top, you got
I
to talk.
can't get it in my. I
Nah,
don't know what it's.
you
I'll
just
have to
have
listen to it.
you have to do your
Yeah, I'll have
Googling.
to go back and find it and listen to it so I can know what it is. Because off the top of my head right now, I do not know what song that is.
Somebody was singing on it. Who was singing on it?
Was that Jason Weaver?
Sam, or was it Sammy?
It might be somebody. It might be Sammy.
Yeah, but yeah, "Shorty Like
Oh,
Mine"
okay,
is
I'll go check it out. I probably do know it. I just didn't know that was the name.
Look, he gonna say y'all
Uh,
because on that song he said he invented FaceTime. He's the first person to invent
Oh
FaceTime.
yeah, he did. All right, so we got Versus Eve and Trina. That's tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
And when is Bow Wow and Soldier Boy?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Y'all gonna have to look that up. Sorry, we can't give y'all the details on that, but it's coming up soon. So with that being said, y'all want to get into the Shy? Did y'all watch the Shy?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
We did watch The Shy, and again, I will say we need to give Lena Waithe her flowers while she's here, and
That
big
was
up to her.
that was a
The
nice little
writing,
episode.
the writing is definitely
On point.
high level. It's high level writing what they got going on over at The Shy. I feel like it's been a while since we had a series like this. Even though we just got done watching
Snowfall.
Snowfall, but I feel like
Snowfall is more action packed.
it's a different type of I feel like it's a different type of thing because Snowfall was bomb too. Don't get me wrong, Snowfall was bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But this Lena Waithe is more. I feel like maybe I feel this way because the things that she's talking about right now and writing about is so relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like so relevant. So definitely can relate.
All right, so let's get into the details. It's Tuesday. Folks should have watched it by now. I ain't worried about no spoilers.
Nope.
So what's good? So
Um first of all, let me just say I was with Emmett's girl. What's her name? You know I'm bad with names.
I don't remember
Tasha?
anything.
Is it Tasha?
No, I don't think her name is Tasha. But anyway, Emmett's girl, like I was like she was killing me with the things that she was saying as far as like with the other dude. I was okay with her, and being in her bag and moving on. But what I'm not okay with her with is the open marriage type shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to fall for Diddy.
Clearly, just off of that last episode. Whenever you say open marriage, that's like an oxymoron. It is like that shit doesn't make any sense. Like you know what I'm saying? Because whenever you are, if there's somebody else involved and you are repeatedly having sex with this person, feelings become involved. It's inevitable. People say they just doing this. Feelings get involved. So now here comes the problem. You already see she don't want to let. She said open marriage because she wanted
She's
to
like, I
just
need to
mess with
stop.
dude.
Right.
Like
So
you know what
now
I'm
I got a
saying?
question because we talk about this. What's happening is Emmett getting his karma, but is this really his karma considering yes, he might have been a cheater, but he wasn't doing stuff to where he was developing relationship with these other women. He always knew where home was with his
That's
woman. This girl is really like developing a relationship with this
She
dude.
don't
but
want it. She don't,
let me say something too. Keep in mind, Emmett didn't cheat since they was married.
He
he
did
has
it.
not.
That's another question I had. Is I'm wondering, would it make a difference if he explained to her that he slept with old girl before they got married? Would it
When
make a
they,
difference?
I feel like ultimately being the day and say anything about it, I feel like it does. It's not going to make a. It wouldn't have made a difference for her either way because she asked him not to cheat again, and he still did it, regardless if they was married or not, because they were still in a relationship, and he still did it. So to her and her point of view, it didn't matter when you did it. It matters that you did it again, and I asked you not to. So I guess the circumstances surrounding it is irrelevant. It don't matter. Like, you cheated. A cheat is a cheat. But she's talking open marriage, and I don't know if she actually knows what that meant. Um, she should have just asked for permission to sleep with dude because that's what she wanted to do, or she should just get out the marriage.
But even still with her, she's not just sleeping with him. Like looking at the episode, she's actually cultivating a relationship with him.
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
that's what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying. Because feelings get involved.
Right. But I think it was like the last thing you said that kind of like confused me on that. Sorry.
What?
About just sleeping with somebody because they're not just sleeping with each other; they have feelings for each other. Her and dude. Whereas Emmett, I don't believe Emmett had feelings for, even though he was out here hoeing. I don't believe that he had like.
No, even with the girl that he was getting the head from, he wasn't even there. He was thinking about some other shit. He was just doing it because he could.
Right. So now, is there a difference in their actions?
There's a difference in their emotions.
Okay.
No, there's not a difference in their action because a cheat is a cheat is a cheat. But I agree with Tavi. It's a difference of emotions, and I feel like it doesn't. You, I don't know. That shit is crazy.
It's like, is there a difference in what you're doing now? Like, would you be more mad if your husband was seeing this woman and really developing feelings for her? Or your significant other was seeing another person and developing feelings for them and sleeping with them versus on the flip side, just sleeping with a whole bunch of different randos.
This nigga got so much stuff going on right now. That's probably the last thing on his mind right now.
I have a hard time with that because I feel like, for me, and I'm granted they are playing younger characters on the show, but it's a real life topic and conversation because it happens every day. I just feel like the more mature person that I am today and have been over the years, like cheating is not an option. I feel like if you're gonna cheat, then we need to not even be together because
Right.
a whole bunch of bullshit comes with that. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So if you're going to cheat, then I would rather you be honest about it, so that way I know how to move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that the way I'm looking, it's a tough call. And this topic has come up several times before amongst people.
It is because it's a
What,
Would
with
you
relevant
the
topic. It
marriages?
happens every day.
would you be mad if your man was sleeping around with a bunch of randos or your significant other versus just cheating with one person and developing feelings and they like legit have like a legit mistress?
Just one person?
You'd be
I
mad
mean,
about the one
I'm,
person?
just the one person just because, like, even though the feelings is like the ultimate thing, at the end of the day, she's right. You don't want her going around chasing everybody's dick. Like, that would be crazy. And you
Oh,
would
so
still
you
be
would
married
you
with
would
her?
rather her keep sleeping with the same dude and potentially like developing all kind of deep feelings for him versus
No, because eventually the feelings will get. It's like I guess in the open marriage, you got to be like a scale, and if dudes start leveling the scale, you got to look that like you
What the
losing your
fuck is
mind.
an open marriage?
I don't believe in that.
What is that?
It ain't nothing to me.
It's and we agree to be able to see other people.
Why are we
Now
married?
with the stipulations is what it is.
Why are we married?
I guess
That I think that's a whole. I think that is a whole good point in people getting married for the wrong reasons or thinking marriage is something other than what the fuck it really is. Like that's what I think about.
I
That's
know
what I think
people.
about that shit.
I
As
know
far as the
people in open
shy,
relationships.
as far as the shy, I think that for Emmett, the getting married was a quick fix for the issue at hand.
It seemed like a good call at first.
Yeah.
It was because I feel like his intentions were in
He
the
wanted
right
the
place.
mature.
But I mean, she hit him with a doozy. I think we should have open marriage. I'm because she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and the ball was in her court because he actually cheated on her. So he feels like he should let her have full range on the decisions that needs to be made. Like I feel like Emmett should leave her, even though he cheated all that time. Leave her ass because she likes dude. Like she really fucks with dude.
Yes, you do.
And that's her client. So she's gonna be always around him, no matter if they.
Yeah, like if I'm in an open marriage, which is like dumb, I would never be in an open marriage because I'm selfish as fuck with my shit. I ain't sharing shit. I ain't second with no shit, and I don't want to know that you fucking like if you ain't at my house, you ever at this bitch's house. Like that shit is never gonna be okay. It ever sit well with me. So that shit is crazy to me. But let's just say that I'm okay with that and. I see that he is catching feelings for this other female. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
So you would just rather it be out fucking?
No, I would not rather him be out there fucking. That's like that's my whole point in saying this. Like, what is the point
But
of that shit? That shit don't make no sense.
Choose one or the other. You can't go for it. You gotta choose one or the other, she said. Like we would all prefer not to happen, but you gotta
I'm out. I'm the fuck out.
No, you gotta choose one or the other. Which one's worse?
Which one is worse?
You gotta choose.
I'm gonna say this fuck multiple bitches. Fuck that one single hoe. Fuck her. Cause I'ma have a problem with her. Like I'ma have a problem with her. And I know every time you leave in my house, you going over to her house. That same her? Oh hell no.
That same her. But listen, I know all of us know somebody whose man been cheating with the same chick 4 years, and for some reason he would never leave this chick alone.
Wow.
And you up there fighting the girl and everything else, and he's still not leaving her alone.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make the decision for who you are. Like you got to know who you are. I know who I am. That shit would never fly.
It just seemed like an open marriage. Somebody would end up pregnant that they did the marriage.
Is that in the dictionary?
Huh?
What, open marriage?
Open marriage. Is that in the dictionary? Because I really want to know what the fuck that shit means.
Probably.
Well, you know what? I think for years it was rumored that Monique and her husband have an open marriage. But the way that they explained it is that like they give each other the option to decide what they want to do. But they both say that neither one of them have stepped out. But it's just,
That's not an open marriage. That's trust.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Like that shit don't make no sense.
So Mayor Perry got an open marriage too, it looked like.
Who? Oh.
Who?
Otis Perry. Duda.
Yeah. The mayor.
Duda.
Oh, on the side. Yes.
But his wife like girls. And he was mad because she cheated. Remember last season, he mentioned something about her cheating with a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So their
And
integrity
look,
is crazy.
and you see, he messing with homegirl, but there's a little. She feeling some type of way because he's feeling that other her. Like he's feeling homegirl. He's
Mm-hmm.
feeling homegirl. He's doing shit for her, making moves for her to be in a better place. She is in her feelings about that shit. Like it's and that shit is crazy. But all right, Lena, I see you. I
The
see
shot,
you.
the shot ain't better than Snowfall. Then I will say that it's not.
It's
All right.
yeah.
So
I ain't
I,
gonna say.
the,
I ain't gonna.
the,
I'm not
I
gonna
give
say it's
her flowers
better.
because I feel like she salvaged the season and saved it. Like she
Hmm. She did a good job.
she did a great job. Like coming back off of that with that Jason Mitchell did to her.
mm-hmm.
Like he left her out to dry, and she whipped up some shit that's nice.
Yeah,
This episode was real nice. I liked
it
it.
was. But now I think we could get into, for me, what was the meat and potatoes of the episode. I'm saying for me, I'm not gonna speak for y'all. The Jake, Gemma, and Kevin love triangle. We see how it started. And I think going back to the conversation that we had last week, this gives me a little different perspective on it. I don't know necessarily who's completely wrong here.
Now, check this
I
out.
think.
What if
Okay, go
Gemma
ahead.
what if she becomes pregnant before and she don't know who the baby is?
Don't give Lena no ideas because we already struggling with the fuck was she giving us now. We having a
They
whole
made the point to show
conversation about these different scenarios. I think that ultimately Gemma is wrong.
Okay, why?
I ultimate cut because she knows, like you know what I'm saying. She knows what Kevin couldn't give her or whatever. Like because she's a very woke individual. Like you know what I'm saying, and
Mm-hmm.
she knows that those two are best friends. You are out of line. So even if he made the first step flirting wise, she should have rejected it. And her making the first move, she's wrong. Like you know what
See,
I'm saying? Because she was Kevin's girl. She was
I don't
Kevin girl.
I don't think she's wrong. I think he's wrong.
You think
Who?
Jake's
Kevin?
wrong? Jake.
No, Jake was wrong. I don't think Gemma was wrong though, because Kevin wasn't supporting her. Like
He
What that
wasn't.
got to do with him? That's none of
who?
his business.
Who?
That's none of whose business.
Jake.
No, I'm talking about Gemma. That's why I feel like it's not
Yeah,
her.
Kevin was not supporting her.
And he wasn't opening up to her. Like she would
Mm-hmm.
say little things and he would like
And on top of it,
Right.
he feels comfortable insulting her in front of in public.
like it or not, Kevin don't deserve to be with anybody. He got to work on himself right
He
now.
don't. I agree with that.
Right. Right.
So I ain't gonna blame
Like, and
her
I feel
for
like
it.
it was very selfish of her to say, you know, this is good trouble. Trouble, there's no good trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was asking him to do something that ultimately he really, like, you wanted him to do something for you. But what was you doing for him in that moment when he promised his parents? Like, nobody's going against they shouldn't be going against what the fuck their parents saying. I don't care what the hell's going on.
But
Because
I
your
think
parents,
But this is also kids though.
I think that's a struggle that all of us have, right?
yes.
To the plight of Black people in America. And now I do disagree. I believe that what she was talking about getting into good trouble,
Headband is sweating.
I agree with it being good trouble. The problem is, like with us, like in general, we battle with do we want to go out and do things that could potentially cause us to lose our job in the name of us fighting for the betterment of the Black community, versus we got whole families to take care of. Like, this is not an easy decision to make. There's people
That's what I'm
that
saying. Like, so what is good trouble? Like, that's an
period.
oxymoron too. Like, trouble is trouble because you're gonna have backlash no matter what. Like, it's trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's for a good cause. So you
No,
got to
I ain't
see if
hear
you
that.
want to
When
make
you
that
that young,
sacrifice.
when you that young, you gotta support your girl. Like, period. Like, or you that ain't gonna be your girl no more. Simple as
Period.
that.
Well, move on, Kevin, because she's for the streets. In Jessica's voice, she openly kissed your homeboy. Gemma is for the fucking streets.
So you think that Kevin would have he should have known that his parents would have been all right with him doing the walkout?
No,
No, they wouldn't have been all right with it.
they wouldn't have been okay with that.
They wouldn't have been okay with that. They want him to go to school and graduate and go to
Because they
college.
just was clearly in therapy, and this is a conversation and a topic in their household. Like he's a kid. His parents is telling him something to do, and he's trying to do that thing so he could get more freedom. Fuck Jimmy and Jake, in my opinion.
But
Right. And
ain't nobody put
he
Kevin in this
in that
situation
moment
but
that he
himself.
was,
He shouldn't even have to be in this situation.
well,
Like him self-medicating himself and putting himself into a stupor. That's the reason why it came to this. Like,
I mean, yeah, but he was trying to deal with all those different emotions. He's trying to figure out shit. Like, I'm not blaming the drinking for real because he was trying to self medicate because he was going through all of this type of shit. Pressure. All our kids deal with pressure. Like, I could speak personally about the stresses and the pressures of a
but you
teenager.
don't. So you don't think.
I just watched my son go through it for 6 months.
But you're
But
talking about
he
you being an adult compared to her being what, 16? So what you got to understand too is they're on a trip. That's her boyfriend. He coming down the steps, throwing up or whatever off of Molly. Like, come on now.
we at the college.
He don't deserve Gemma. He don't deserve her.
yeah, I agree with that. Not where he's at.
He need to work on himself.
That's why I said fuck Jimmy and Jake, Kevin.
Yeah, he got to work on himself because, like you said, he didn't put himself in a position to walk out the school. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day,
he's some stellar kid, and I'm fighting for our rights. And
he gonna look rebellious though. If he did it once, when he do it, he's gonna look rebellious. So it's not a good look for Kevin.
So that's why, like, if we fully looking into what is going on there, it's choices. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely it's some hard choices, and it's also telling you that kids make dumb mistakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids make those mistakes, but those mistakes are part of them growing into the person that they're about to be. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So
now, do you think that the situation would have been different if in that moment Kevin had maybe just not said nothing in front of the group and then pulled her to the side, like, yo, this is what's happening, this is what's happening with my family?
Yeah, because they were trying to make
it seem like he was my parents, and you know, I can't really afford to do something like this right now, but babe, I'm proud of you, and you know, go ahead and do your thing. I just can't afford to do this right now because of, you know.
If he was a mature a teenager, which most of them aren't, then he probably could have had that conversation and it would have been different. But
no, it would have been the same. She wouldn't have been feeling it just because he fucked over her on the show. He needed to be on her show.
Oh, he didn't want to.
Huh?
He didn't want to be on the show.
Exactly.
He didn't want to, but guess who wanted to? Jake.
Exactly. So
now Jake my boyfriend because he wanted to come on the show. Like, that shit is dumb as hell.
No, but what I'm saying is you can't do that and then the next thing I'm throwing and you can't diss it too. That was looking like you.
Yeah, you just do. It's looking like in everything I do, you just do not support me at all.
And then he wrote that letter and she pumped him up like, this is a good letter. And then he tried to go off on her on that. Like,
yeah, he's looking like the most terrible boyfriend ever. You don't support me in anything. Like, why? Come on.
That prime example. Don't. That's why I tell my kids. I've been saying you don't need no girlfriend. It's too much. You got at that age. We shouldn't have been having those hard life situations at their. You're not mature enough at that time. Like that shit don't make no sense. You don't need
You
no
end up,
girlfriend because now you're making
you
all
end
these
up
decisions,
pregnant.
all
Like,
these scenarios. You got to figure out if you gonna be with your girlfriend or your mom. At the age of 16, your mom is feeding you. Your mom is clothing you.
Yeah, but I think that I agree with what Tommy said. Like there were multiple things that happened that got him to this point. Like he wouldn't have had to choose between Gemma and the mom had he been supportive of Gemma prior to this. So
Gemma,
had he been supporting her as he should have been prior to this, I think him sitting this current one out, might not have been a bit as big of an issue because she would have knew that he normally would support her, but he got stuff going on at home to where right now.
But the same thing with his parents. The parents would loosen the lease if he's not coming home drunk, not getting suspended from school. Like this nigga been getting in trouble since he transferred to the school. Right before he transferred, he got caught with weed in his pocket. Like,
so let's take it there because again about choices and about doing the right thing and about good trouble. Because Dre is in good trouble, but is it really good trouble for Dre? Because she's been keeping a secret from her significant other, her wife.
that was the dumbest thing of the whole show. Like,
yeah, because
I
don't lie. I mean, and I know we're kind of like switching gears a little bit, but I still want to get back to Jake and Gemma. But with Dre, if it was my spouse, even though this person swore me to secrecy, I'm sorry, I still would have told my spouse.
For sure.
I would have told her.
Especially if she gave you a dumb excuse why she don't want you to tell her.
I don't think that it was dumb though, because it was the truth.
Ain't nobody like Emmett.
I'm gonna tell my wife. She's gonna tell her daughter, and her daughter is going to tell Emmett. That is not what she wanted to happen, because that probably would have happened because they had that relationship, the daughter and Emmett.
But she tried to tell Emmett. Emmett was being immature.
But I also think it would have been on Dre to explain her feelings as to why. Like, look, she didn't want me to tell you, but I got to, because my thing is,
again, choices.
Ultimately, I'm accountable to my spouse. So if there's anything jeopardizing my home, I'm gonna clear that up real quick. And I'm sorry.
Choices.
If you swore me to secrecy, I'm here willing to help you, but I can't put my family on the line. I'm accountable to my spouse and my kids. So now I gotta have a conversation with my spouse to say, hey, I wasn't supposed to tell you this because this is what's going on. Her concerns are this. Do not tell the kids, but this is why I was doing X, Y, and Z. I don't think that it would have been an issue if they would have had that conversation. I don't.
Especially if she'd have missed Keisha's labor, that would have been real bad.
Yeah, I don't think that, again, my only point in saying that, I wasn't trying to switch gears. My only point in saying that was the choices. Like, you have a choice in that moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kevin made his choice. Might have not been the right choice. Whatever. Dre made her choice. Definitely not the right choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about the choices. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got to deal with the consequences. I just don't ultimately think that Kev was such, like, I don't blame Kevin. I don't.
See, Kevin ain't been the same since he shot dude. And people just look up.
He been struggling since the shot came on, for real.
Yeah.
With different things, like he's been struggling, and that's what I was about to say to y'all personally about a teenager struggling with the pressures that we think, oh, just like us just saying, just blow that off, ignore them, do this, do that. It's easier for us to say it as parents, but we're not actually going through that. Like, you know, it's hard to keep them reeled in and together and on the straight path when you got, you know, you want your friends want you to do this, your girls want you to do this, your parents want you to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going the hell on. That's
But
why
that's
I
because
tell all my kids, you don't need no girlfriend. You don't need no boyfriend. You got time for that shit. Like, that shit is a true statement.
well, that's
Yeah,
because
but they still
as
gonna have them bags your
They
well,
butt.
still gonna have them. I know. I wish
that's
one of them would listen one day.
and that's because as parents, hindsight is 2020. Like the stuff that our kids go through with the whole gossiping and whatever that they going like we got bigger fish to fry. Like
Mm.
I'm not worried about stuff like that at this stage in my life. But when I was their age, I was worried about stuff like that. So we just have to like
It's worse
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
hindsight is 22. Like now, 2020. Like when you look back on that stuff, like in the grand scheme of things, it did not matter. It definitely did not
But it's
matter.
worse now because now they got social media. So not only is the people in McKeesport knowing about your shit, everybody in the whole United States know about your shit.
Yeah, or
And
potentially.
well, that's just like us trying to figure out what these kids should have done. And they're kids. Like they should have did this. They should have did that. Jimmy should have did this. Jake should have did that. Ultimately, Jimmy shouldn't have kissed Jake, knowing that Jake and Kevin are friends and she's Kevin's girl.
Jake
Period.
should have never proposed it though. He should have never put it on the table.
I think that
Jake shouldn't have. That's what he shouldn't have. They both wrong. Fuck them. Kevin,
but
fuck Gemma and Jake.
He should have
but
been said fuck Jake.
I think for me initially when I saw the first episode and they did like the foreshadowing of what was to come, you know, in these next episodes, my initial reaction when I saw Gemma and Jake kiss was I was mad and I was like, oh, Gemma's for the streets, da 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 da. But now once I seen everything play out, I understand how everything went down the way it did. I'm not saying she's right, but I understand how that could happen.
And that always happened in high school. That always happened.
Yeah.
I ain't never kissed my boyfriend's best
I
friend.
ain't saying that it happens to everybody, but you see it happen in high school where the one girl might have been messing with the one friend and then now she's messing with his best friend.
It does happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. But I think even like I was saying before, even in last season with the conflict between Gemma and Jake, I felt like we could have seen this coming. You know what I mean?
We could
Like
have.
Pam and Martin.
Hmm?
He said like Pam and Martin.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think she's good for Jake though.
I actually think she's good for Jake too.
But now I was thinking this also. Do you think her dad got something to do with it?
Do with what? Her liking Jake?
Well, you know, her dad works with Duda. Duda is Jake's adoptive father.
Right.
And the whole police ordeal was because of Jake for real.
Yeah.
So is that why she all of a sudden got this newfound like for him because he's famous? He's about to be on. Like that's fuck Gemma. I'm not feeling Gemma.
No, I think the thing that my perspective was that her attraction grew for him and his support of her because he was giving her the support that Kevin neglected to give her.
And even giving her different different ideas. Like so, you know what I mean? And he took her out to eat after like
okay.
Kevin ain't do none of that shit.
Now she thinking, dang, he's so supportive and he feed me. Oh, this should be my man.
Why did Kevin get a new baddie? Fuck Gemma and Jake.
Well, she'll know Jake when he was taking his gun.
Y'all know what happened?
Yeah, Jake's a little thug. He's a little thug. Yes.
Yeah, that's what she wanted in her life.
No, she don't know that one.
I think that y'all know what had me weak though when they was trying to do the walkout and then Jake pulled the lever for the fire alarm and the girl was like, "I'll be your white shield."
A mess.
I was cracking up. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what about is Keisha gonna give the baby to Tabitha Brown? I don't know Tabitha's name on the show. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
know, and I love her.
she is. And I
Um,
think Keisha is gonna
she
start
said she
spending more time
was,
with
but
her.
I don't trust her. I do not believe her. She said she was going to give it to her, but it's going to be like it's going to be if we go into another season or whatever, Keisha is going to not be able to depart from that baby. Like
I don't
she's
think she's gonna have to though. I think that Keisha's mom is gonna lose her to Tabitha Brown. I think she looks at Tabitha Brown like, this lady need to be mentoring
be
me.
my mom. She
Yeah.
was more understanding. She was yeah, because she was. I
And
felt that.
And
and
her
you
mom felt it too.
you
Like
think the
whenever
mom is
she
gonna be
told her about
mad?
the doctor, like we gonna figure this out. They ain't gonna
Hmm.
induce your labor yet.
I
Like
was so pissed that her mom didn't say nothing. She was just like okay with it. And I was just like thinking like I know this is a show or whatever. But she went to the emergency room. They don't just do that shit, man. Call her doctor. Like she is supposed to be seeing a prenatal doctor anyway. Like
Hmm.
like
I
man,
was kind of mad about that shit.
I think that part meant so much to Keisha to where and even the way how she seen how successful she was and being upfront with her about it. Like I think
Yeah, because initially she was stuck on, well, I want my baby to be in a two-parent household, but you see that this lady is kind and loving and will take good care of your baby, you know,
Yes.
if you, regardless of whether she's married or not. I'm glad that Tabitha Brown's character got the opportunity to show her that with all of that going down.
that
Yes.
was a nice scene. That was a nice
It
scene.
was.
Hmm.
I
Shout out to
like that.
Tabitha Brown.
Shout
I
out to I
know.
don't
I
even
like
know
her a lot.
Tabitha Brown, but shout out to Tabitha Brown for to me
Man.
as of right now playing a strong black leader, woman leader on the show.
Let me tell you something about Tabitha Brown. I am not vegan, but if I had a chance to eat her vegan food, I would eat it. But
Oh, she a chef?
I'm not going out of my way to become vegan, but I religiously watch her videos and have watched her videos like I was thinking about going vegan and I never did. I never thought about it, but that's how good she is whenever she do her little videos
Yeah, she makes it look
about
really delicious. And
yeah.
I do like she made this recipe for vegetarian beans or something the other day. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna make that, especially since I think y'all know, like I've been really cutting back on the
That
meat and
sounds great.
stuff. Um, well, the video,
You said that sound gross.
Definitely.
well, it looks good. It looks
I
good to
don't like
me.
beans either.
It looks
But
good
she
to
makes it
me.
look good though, Tavi. Like she makes the stuff look good. Like I watched the episode of her making like toast, onion, avocado, some type of mayo and tomato on a bread. Like that shit don't even sound good, but the way she do it and the way she did it made it look so good. I was like, I would bite that.
Yeah,
Whoops.
and the
Whoops.
stuff that she makes is easy. Um, I definitely want to start making some of the recipes that I see her make.
Shout out
Yep.
to Tabitha Brown.
I know I
Yes.
like her, and I'm so happy to
Yes.
see her on the
Yes.
Shy. And I like her character too. They don't have her playing a character that I'm going to dislike. So,
Exactly. Well, for right now.
so what
All
else?
right.
What else? Y'all got anything else as far as the Shy? We talked about Dre and her. Oh,
We ain't talking
at
about
the end, Emmett broke down in front of his girl. She comforted him. Do we feel like there's hope for the marriage through all of this
well, I
open
think there
marriage
was even
situation?
before that, I think there's still a little hope just because they're actually communicating with each other. So I think that there's hope. Kenya disagrees. She don't think that there's hope.
Man, she loved dude. I'm putting that out there.
She loved it.
I think she wants her family though. So I think if it really came down,
No, she don't. When she was talking to Keisha, she ain't know where her son was at. She was like, shit, he with Emma's mom, my mom, shit, somewhere. She don't give a damn about that little boy. She trying to sell weed. And we
see,
just
I ain't
seen
see
him
that part.
anyway. We
I watched that
ain't
alone when they was
Yeah, when they were sitting at the table, because she was like, where is little Emmett or whatever his name is? She was like, shit, with my mom, his mom, he's somewhere. She ain't thinking about that little nigga. Like,
You trying to play house
when
with
she
a little
telling
boy.
Keisha about the
yes, man, it's over for Emmett. It's over for Emmett.
I don't think it's over for Emmett, but I definitely don't appreciate
I
how
mean,
she's cultivating this relationship with this dude. I just don't. I don't
she
like
might be gangster enough to make both of it work. If homegirl pull it together to have these two dudes on the same page and they both messing with, she gonna be the goat. Like, cause that might happen. She might be able to. She might be able to politic both. Shit.
I don't think
In
she
her
can do
open marriage, maybe she will give me the true definition of an open marriage if she is able to make this shit
I
work.
think Emmett's mom having cancer is gonna be the game changer for their relationship. I think so.
Yeah, that's so sad. I don't want her. I'm hoping Lena is leaning towards writing it where as though she does not pass and off the show because I really like her. You
I
know?
like Jada.
Yeah.
Her too.
Like I was really looking forward to see where her and Homeboy was going to go. Like,
She couging it out right now.
Emmett came in the door walking shit. Emmett walked in the door talking shit. Like, if y'all here to tell me y'all get married, he was mad as hell. I'm like, shut the hell up, Emmett.
But don't you love how even though he's the younger man and she's the cougar, he has been so fully supportive of her from the time that he found the lump to her getting the diagnosis, and now with her going through her treatments and getting sick, like he is, is there something to be
and that's how I like when she be sliding those little things in. That's a definition of a man. Even though he's younger, he knows exactly what he wants, and that's what he said he wanted it, and that's what he's doing. It's not hard.
Oh no, it's not.
So,
but
shout out to the Shy.
Shout out to the Shy. But I guess that gives me like another question when it comes to men. And I guess this might be a question for Tavi. When it comes to men and in relationships, don't you have to, when it comes to men, do y'all have to know who you are and what your plan is for your life in order for you to really man up and be in a serious relationship? Like in the way that we see that Jada and Young Boy is having their relationship, because you can see the dynamic with Emmett, he didn't really get serious about his relationship until he actually had a plan for his life, right? So now he has this responsibility. He has this restaurant. Now, like, I gotta like lock it down with my girl and get serious. Versus before that, when he was all willy-nilly, he was just running on the streets doing anything.
Selling sneakers. Like, he was doing anything. He's growing up.
Yeah.
Now, let me put the disclaimer in there. I can't speak for all men. Like, I'm not the honorary male speaker.
Okay, Tavi. Okay.
All men are different.
Yes, they are. What you say? Don't put that shit on me.
It don't necessarily got to be you got everything else in order. I think maturity could come from different points of views. It don't necessarily got to be a relationship. It don't necessarily got to be business. Once you decide to start putting your life together, it might be you might have got out of a hard relationship or something. So you just know next time that you be in a relationship, you're not going, you know what I mean, play around. So there could be other, so it don't necessarily got to be like you getting your whole life together, but I feel like that's a good foundation to start on.
Or maybe not even having it all together, but at least having a vision for the future. You know what I'm saying? And knowing what you want. You might not have it all together in that moment, but you at least have a vision.
But there be sometimes where a man might be scattered around, like doing whatever, and it could be that woman that he meets that helps him get that part of his life together. You know what I mean? She might be more organized and might help him. Almost like Gemma and Jake. Jake is all over the place, and he runs into Gemma, and she puts some type of structure and meaning into his life.
She do, but if you notice, even with the dynamic between Jake and Gemma, Jake is still leading her.
He's leading her, but it's a structure. It's almost like he got a reason to do it.
Yeah.
He's not everywhere. Like before he was doing stuff, like he was being, you know what I mean? So
I did.
He didn't get that part together before he got the person to change that, basically. That's all.
Well, so what you trying to say, she helped him get a perspective, and once he got that perspective, he was able to lead from that point on.
Yeah, because a born leader is a born leader. Like even Duda said that about him. That's what attracted him to Jake. Like Jake beats to his own drum. So it's like he ain't following nobody's lead. He toxic to Duda. You think Kevin will ever toxic to somebody like Duda?
No.
But like Jake don't be caring. So Jake is like a born lion. It's just you need to point that in some type of direction.
Okay.
But
agreed.
I think getting your life together could start from all different types of angles, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just so happened that the relationship part, I like Dude on there. Though. I like Dude for what's Emmett's mom's name?
Jada.
Because he is mature, and even before she had the cancer, he was like, "Look, I ain't got eyes for nobody. This is who I want to be with."
Which I thought was so sweet.
Yeah, I did too.
He had a plan for that woman.
I was like, man, when chick was in the dance and she said about the massages, I was like, oh man.
I know he was like, oh.
He was giving out happy endings. It was a chance that he was going to run into somebody that he gave it to.
Yeah, the show's a good show. I enjoyed that show.
It is. We didn't had a whole hour conversation for real about it. That's why I really like it, because we was really able to just now have a conversation about real life shit right now. Like that shit, Gemma and Jake and Kevin situation, Dre and why don't I know the mom's name? You know, Keisha and the baby situation, all of that shit's relevant. Like, and I just need to find out technically what the fuck an open marriage is for next time. I don't know. I'm gonna be looking for. I'm gonna Google it and see what pops up.
Now,
Lena is really good with the whole Keisha, Tabitha Brown mom dynamic, and even being in the emergency room, them like touching on Black women not getting the care that they need within the healthcare system. That was really good to like put in there. Shout out to Lena Waithe.
Yes, again.
Yeah. So I think do we have anything else that we wanted to discuss? I know we're almost at an hour now. That was a good discussion on the Shy. I didn't think that we would like do all that on the Shy.
I know, because it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
But that's all I got. I don't really got nothing else. I'm excited for the summer. I love the summer. It's my favorite time of the year. I love the sun. I love the chirping of the birds. I love that it gets daylight so early and stays daylight for a long time. Like, I love everything about summer, except for the bugs. But like, they come with the territory. But other than that, I just love the summer, and I'm happy that we're here and we made it through COVID.
Yep,
not all the way through, like it's not over, but we for the most part, places are opening up. They're having celebrations. People are out with no mask. I was still walking around this weekend in the stores with my mask on, and people was looking at me like something was wrong with me. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
I still remember that.
I wear mine too. We're gonna be able to get on this plane on Saturday. Okay.
Exactly.
We're about to wear this mask and get
Exactly.
that negative COVID test back because we're not about to play around. But y'all remember, like last year, I was telling y'all, even when we went to the water park, like I did not realize that I am somebody who really relies on being outside and getting that sunlight, because even just being out there for like a full day, I was happier, my mood is better. So, I'm really antsy to have fun in Jamaica, but I'm also like, all that sun, I'm just gonna come back a whole different person.
Good. Good.
So I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm
for
excited
everybody
for
who's
you.
I'm excited for you, Kenya, going on your vacation. I'm excited for everybody who's able to get out there, have fun, and enjoy their summer.
And enjoy their summer. And the kids enjoy their summer. That's what it's all about. Swimming pools and late nights, drinking. So, but
well, if we got nothing else,
we have nobody join us.
Nope.
All right.
Well, I mean, no, I think there were a few people who popped in, but they didn't comment or anything.
Okay. Well, all right. Well,
all right.
I don't got nothing else. If you don't got nothing else, I ain't got nothing else.
This is the O.P.O.V podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're watching this after the live, make sure you comment on what you think about the shot and the other topics that we discussed today. Love you guys.
Or if they have any topics or conversations that they would like us to have.
If you have any topics that you would like us to have, you can always hit us up through Messenger on Facebook, or hit us up at our email address, opvpodcast@gmail.com. Inbox us, let us know, and we'll have the conversation.
All right.
All right, guys. Love you.
Bye. Love you too.